Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Uncle Bruce here with Stock Markets with Bruce from Las Vegas. It is Thursday, March the 3rd, 2022. Welcome all to this morning's show. Our last telecast from Las Vegas. Jennifer and I and Jennifer Jr., we are headed to the airport. Well, we're actually headed to get tested and then to the airport to head to Calgary later. What a nightmare. I don't know how else to say it. A psychological nightmare to try to get tested last minute, to adhere to, in this case, the government of Canada rules to re-enter your own country. As a fully vaccinated person, you have to have a test, and they prefer a 24-hour test. So it has to be done today for a flight that happens today, or had to have done yesterday for a flight that happens today. And it has to be obviously negative. And you still might be tested randomly when you get there. They have the right to do that. It is wild. Here in the U.S., you can get on a plane, fly anywhere you want, anytime you want. Just wear a mask, you're fine. It doesn't matter. From here to Canada, 2.5 hour flight. Oh, it's like you're coming from the third world. It's unreal. It's just unreal. Anyway, the costs of these tests. Americans know one thing: they know how to make money, and you gotta love the entrepreneurial spirit, the capital spirit of Americans. You get the test at the airport. It's anywhere from $200 to $350 for a 10-minute, 20-minute result test on the spot. We are getting a bargain, paying $120 US each to get a test done, which is a cab ride away from here and back. That's going to run us another $45. Thankfully, we can go in one vehicle. Absolutely incredible. I mean, just insanity, though. So the cost of the test is half the cost of the flight. Just to get back to Canada, we're all fully vaccinated. We're all fine. It's just absolutely ridiculous. At home, those stay-at-home tests will not suffice to enter your own country, and you can't get a test when you get there. I mean, because of course you could be positive when you get there, and no good. Unbelievable. It's just, oh yeah. I can see why travel agents are screaming at the government of Canada. I can see why Canadians are screaming at their own government. What are you guys thinking? If you get the vaccination, you get vaccinated, good enough. But nope, not right now. It's frustrating. Anyway, welcome to my world. We will be in Calgary. We hope, if we test negative in a few hours, if we test it, we're gonna be out of here, and we'll be back up there. Why I'm so eager to get there, I have no idea. It's 80 degrees here today. It's going to be 25 up there, and it's going to be 17 for the high next week. What am I in a hurry for? Why don't I stay here another 2 weeks? Give spring a chance. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. Welcome to the show this morning. I'm glad you could make it. Thank you for joining me here from around the world. If you're hitting that thumbs up button, tell me what number are you on the thumbs up meter. We appreciate the thumbs ups action. What is happening this morning? The talk, there's a lot going on, but the big talk is oil prices, because oil prices directly affect every one of us on a personal level almost instantaneously. As soon as we fill up try to get some gas at our local gas station, whether you shop at Costco or at your Chevron dealer or Shell, wherever you get your fuel, doesn't matter. It's instantaneous. You see the price now and go, wow, what's happening with the price of oil, the price of gas? In West Texas, we are approaching $114 a barrel, $113.91, $113.93. We're up $3.33. It's climbing all morning. It's just been going up. Over in Europe, Brent crude is pushing 116, 17. They are talking Brent $120 a barrel oil without even raising an eyebrow. They're just going, yeah, it's going to go at least 120. They're expecting 120. This morning, talk is coming out about how much oil is produced in Russia. They produce 11 million barrels a day, approximately. 7 million barrels a day are exported by Russia, or have been in the past. 7 million barrels a day. That's 210 million barrels a month, which is 2 billion barrels a year of oil. Now, think about this. 2 billion barrels If you get $1 a barrel, you make $2 billion. You get paid $2 billion for it, less cost of production. If you get $10 a barrel, that's $20 billion. You get 100, that's $200 billion a year in revenue coming to your country. At $120 a barrel, it's $240 billion. It's a lot of money. Okay, it's a ton of cash, and this is why Russia would really like to keep exporting oil to the rest of the world. They're not going to cut back. They need all the money they can get. Unfortunately for Russia, because Putin has done this stupid move into Ukraine, the rest of the Western world is cutting Russia off as quickly as possible on every level. Commodity trading, industrial trading, food imports, dollar transactions, loans, bonds, currencies, everything. And now the question is, can the West, the European countries, the United States, and others, cut themselves off from a majority of Russia's oil exports? Would it be, or could it be impossible? Will it be impossible for the Russians to export, say, 5 million of their 7 million, because it would go through pipelines, or it would go through the Black Sea, or other places? Will Russia have to divert their exports in other ways to other places? Now, China, if China is going to accept Russian oil, and I believe there's a pipeline to China, if China takes every barrel that Russia can give it, then China has a source of fuel from a reliable source, a desperate seller, and they're not as dependent on Middle East oil. If China messes with Taiwan, and now the West starts imposing sanctions on China, and that forces international oil tanker operators from not delivering crude to China because you can't get war insurance. In other words, a ship full of oil going to China could be seized by any country where it's going from the Mideast to China. It goes through any territorial waters of any country, it could be seized under an embargo. That cuts China off from outside oil. Well, if the Russian oil keeps flowing through the pipeline that they have, and I'm assuming there's more than one, then they just have to rejigger their interior delivery system. It's inconvenient, but they can find a way to keep going. This is a complicated world in which we live, and the hope in Europe had been that if you were to fully engage Russia into the European industrial complex, for lack of a better term, it would take the focus away from Russians and politicians in Russia and military fanatics in Russia from being militarists, from being expansionists in a military kind of way. In the Ukraine, I was just saying on the alert show a few minutes ago to the Gold Bagel members here, in Ukraine, there are factories in the Ukraine that produce different parts. They produce different products. Some of the products produced in Ukraine have been Volkswagen auto parts. Volkswagen has opened factories in the Ukraine over years and years and years to produce parts for vehicles of all kinds that are basically, in many respects, they're imported into Europe, but they're also imported into Russia. Car parts manufactured in Ukraine get exported to Russia, to VW plants in Russia. Volkswagen has plants in Russia. They produce vehicles there for the Russian market and vehicles for the European market. So these vehicles come back to Ukraine as finished cars, SUVs, vans, trucks. They go to Romania. They go to Moldova. They go to Moldova. They go to Belarus. They go to Poland. They go exports for Russia. Volkswagen vehicles sell everywhere in the world. The parts now are not being made in the Ukraine because the Russian army is coming in and blowing everything up. And of course, the workers at the Volkswagen plant in the Ukraine have bugged out of the country with their wives and children. The men might be trying to defend Ukraine, but the kids are gone. No parts going to Russian factories, which means factories in Russia are shutting down. And Volkswagen is shutting down all factories in Russia. General Motors is shutting down all of their distribution. Other companies are backing off completely and just not importing anything into Russia right now because they can't get paid. But the Volkswagen people can't make a product for anyone anywhere if the Russian factories and the Ukraine factories are offline. There is a kink in the supply chain here that now will take a long time to resolve. This will cost Volkswagen a lot of money. It could be a benefit to Nissan or to Toyota or to Ford or Fiat, other car companies who can produce vehicles outside of Russia, outside of Ukraine, in other parts of Europe or other parts of Asia, and import finished vehicles into various countries that Russia used to sell VWs into. It's complicated and it is all related. And the Europeans were counting on the fact that the Russians were becoming addicted to the European economies, the European supply chain systems, to be an integral part of the European continental expanding economy of 400 plus million consumers and exports to the world. But in Putin's mind, he's looking at Ukraine as an ancestral territory of Russia, and he just wants the land back. And if they get the land back, and all Ukraine is for Russia is a wheat producer for all that farmland, then he'll deal with the factory stuff later. I want the real estate first. And then culturally, however it works out, what does it matter? Fact is, it's going to take now 30 years to rebuild Ukraine. Putin won't be around in 30 years. Not that he's going to have a heart attack tomorrow and die, but the guy is pushing 70 as it is. He's not going to live to be 100 years of age. So he's not going to see the final solution to the Ukraine, but he certainly destroyed it in the meantime. That is what's happening. So oil is rising. You in the US and Canada, Europe, we're all facing higher oil and gas prices, which means inflation is going to be higher again, which means the cost of getting around will be more expensive. You're going to see surcharges on your FedEx packages, on your Amazon deliveries, Spotify. You're going to see surcharges for cruises, at least $10 a day per passenger. You're going to see higher airfares. You're going to see higher bus fares. It's all baked in. And so inflation in the US and Canada will break 10% without any doubt in my mind. The 7% number we have now, forget about it. That is yesterday's news. We are going to see dramatic price increases for goods and services because energy is what it's all about. The one piece of good news, I got one piece of good news. Spring is just around the corner. So we're not going into winter with $120 oil or $150 oil, possibly. We're coming out of it. And in the next month, it'll be April. In 60 days, it'll be May. And of course, the energy usage for heating and so on will drop. Of course, the summer driving season is a disaster. It's going to be unbearably expensive to go anywhere with a vehicle and or an RV. For those folks who are RVing full time or RVing for a holiday this summer, you're going to be driving it less and keeping closer to home. So yeah, you might be hanging out in the RV for a long weekend or a week or two trip, but that big long trip you were planning might not be on the table anymore because if oil is $8 a gallon in the USA, $6 a gallon in the USA, $9 a gallon in the I don't know how high it can go, depending on how high crude goes. And if crude hits 120, 130, 140, you guys are going to be paying $6, $7 a gallon for gas in certain regions of the United States. That restricts RV movement. Truckers, can you imagine being a trucker and picking up 150, 250 gallons at a gas station at a time to do your job? You know these guys are going to raise their rates. They have to be paid more. It's just going to be ridiculous. Railroads, they're going to be paying through the nose. Electric cars, even more popular. Can you imagine? The old Tesla that I was driving, I didn't visit a gas station in California. I hadn't visited one from October until the last week. Didn't have to get gas anywhere. Loved it. Anyway, 112 now on crude in Texas as we are fluctuating like crazy. We hit 114. We hit 116, 117 in Europe. This is going to do a lot. This fuel price is going to go nuts back and forth. Michael paying $3.84 a gallon. That might be one of the last times you get gas under $4 for quite some time. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Unbelievable. Jason is saying, I work for Daimler Trucks. Just received an email this morning. We have stopped any and all exports of trucks, emergency vehicles, buses, delivery vehicles to Russia for the foreseeable future. There you are. There it is. It is unbelievable. It's just going to be crazy. Bama Babe, I picked up 100 shares of Vanguard's oil and gas ETF, VDE. Yep, holding and writing covered calls while stock goes continuously up. Might as well try to make money on these oil prices. There you go. You can also pick up shares of Exxon Mobil and write calls on those, or buy deep in the money options on Exxon, write calls on those as a poor man covered call. Might as well make money. Exactly right. There it is. Just crazy developments. I mean, and happening quickly, just so quickly as we speak here. There's just so much going on. Gavin, thank you for being here and being thumbs up number 104. Appreciate you getting us over the triple digits. Ed, I'm number 99. I'm a Gretzky. Thumbs up, Gretzky. But thank you, pal, getting us to 100 and beyond on the thumbs ups already this morning on this show. Thank you all for being here. It's a wild one, and it is not going to stop. What else can I tell you? Pre-markets. Let's talk about that and the markets itself. I'm showing at the moment green across the board tentatively with now how much time to go? 43 minutes to go in the day before we start trading. We're up 98 on the Dow. We're up 11 and a half on S&P. 11 and a half on S&P. NASDAQ up 17. Okay. Crude oil now showing 110 in Texas. We just dropped $3-4 a barrel in the last 15 minutes after I'm telling you how expensive it's going to get. There will be minutes where I'll come off as a genius, and will be minutes where I'll be out of touch. What's going on with the oil business? It is crazy. Oil Dow right now showing up 109, S&P up 13, NASDAQ up 26. The VIX is down 2/3 of a point. The fear index is a little less today. This is good for stocks. On our favorites, Rocket Lab down 4 cents to 902. I got SoFi down 4 cents to 1154. I got GameStop off 43 cents to 121.55. AMC down 6 cents to 1848. Matterport off 2 cents, 768. Now 23andMe is up 3 to 433. Spire is up 8 cents. Now news on Spire came out just a bit ago. Stifel Nicholas, a brokerage firm, they have an analyst that has initiated coverage for the first time on Spire, giving the stock a buy and a target price of $6. So that is a positive upgrade, a first time recommendation to buy Spire Global with a $6 target to start things off with. So I'm glad to see that. We'll start with 6 and we'll go from there. Thank you very much. 221 last trade on Spire, so we got some upside in front of us if this is going to happen. And we've had 31,300 trade this morning, which is quite a bit considering Spire hardly ever trades in pre-market. It's got some pre-market activity at this point. Will there be an initial rush on the stock? I don't know. But this can't hurt. This kind of thing, this kind of report is not bad. It is a good thing. All right. The U.S. weekly initial jobless claims fall to a 2-month low. Bulletin just came out. That's also good news, but not surprising because you and I know there are help wanted signs all over America for workers. There's workers needed everywhere. 224 now on Spire. Last trade. Moving forward now on others, ATIP and SmartRent. I have no trading in the pre-market that I can report to you. Sextera, nothing this morning. Apple is up 60 cents. It was quite flat this morning. It's now showing a little better of movement. 167.17. Writing 168s to 170 would be a good idea for next Friday. Goldman up 272. It was unchanged about half an hour ago. It's now up 272 a share. To 339.10. I'd be looking at writing 345s, 350s for next week if you can. I'm hoping the stock keeps on coming on. If it reaches this 345 level, that would be great. that would put the 350s into play for next Friday or the Friday after that for some premiums. Cisco, unchanged, 56.10. Tesla down 89 cents. It was down about $9 earlier. Hopefully, this giga plant in Berlin has been given its green light. It looks like we've got good news on that plant in Berlin to get the green light to start producing vehicles. So we'll keep an eye on that stock, obviously, as it goes. We have Microsoft up 38 cents to $300.58. And we have ARK Innovations, the Cathie Woods disruptor fund, ARKK, up 28 cents to 67.84. The low of the year was $57 about 3 weeks ago. Now $67. It looks like the markets are going to open higher. We just don't know how long this will last and how deep this is going to go. We definitely see the Dow 30 ahead about 1/3 of a point, S&P point, 1/4 of a point, NASDAQ up 1/8 of a percentage point at the moment. Oil is what we're watching, and as I speak now, I'm showing it at 110.64 in Texas, virtually unchanged from last night's close. We have been really active here and volatile. So I'll tell you, minute to minute, this stuff changes, and I can't guarantee where it's at any point in time. Spire now 224 up a dime, 32,300 shares traded in the pre-market. It got an upgrade, or it got not an upgrade. It got covered by Stifel Nicholas for the first time ever. It's been given a buy rating with a $6 target price. I'll tell you right now, this stock wants to go to $556. I'm a happy guy already. That would be great. Take ATIP with you, please. Let's go. Anyway, 224 seems to be where we're at right now. 32,600 traded. We'll watch that, of course, as we come into the opening. We have 38 minutes to go before we begin to trade on the day. All right, thank you one and all for being here with us. Just unbelievable stuff going on. The interest rate story, kind of switch gears over here. Powell for the Fed is going to be in front of the Congress today for day 2 of his testimony, and the 10-year U.S. Treasuries are now 1.866. Now they were 1.75, 1.73 yesterday in the morning. Then they went up to 1.9 late in the day yesterday. Now they're 1.869 today. That means they're a little lower than they were yesterday. Calm, because it seems that Powell is quite happy to indicate to us that a 1/4 percentage point increase is coming on the Fed fund rate for this month, March, rather than an aggressive 1/2 point run or a 3/4 of a point bump or a 1% bump. He is obviously watching what's happening in Russia and Ukraine very closely, along with what's happening with Europe rates and so on. And there is no need to run rates up to record highs as quick as possible. That's not the issue now. The issue now going forward is what kind of an economic impact will the world economy have as we assess just how dramatically economies will be affected between the Russians being cut off from the international world and Ukraine's economy out of the picture. What are the growth prospects for Europe going to be like? What about a recovery trade? There's another thing to think about. What if we get a lot of money invested into Europe with new replacement factories and distribution centers to replace Russia and Ukraine factories? Because if Russia dominates Ukraine, no one's investing in Ukraine. No one's going to build new factories in Ukraine if Russia's running that place. Too many bribes are going to be needed to be paid to the new puppet people in Ukraine. So do you build factories in Poland? Do you build additional factories in Germany? Do you build additional factories in Italy or France or Austria or somewhere else? And then that is where business will take place from. And any vehicles Russia wants, any vehicles that Russia wants to bring into Ukraine, whether they're trucks, buses, delivery vans, passenger cars, will have to be imported from European distributors that are now going to be set up in Europe in safe zones away from the Russian military and from Russian puppet masters. This is the future that will be discussed later. Let's go interest rate wise. No need to raise rates to slow down an economy. An economy is being decimated in front of our very eyes. Russia's economy, which is the 20th largest in the world, Ukraine's probably the 100th largest in the world. That adds up, and there are a lot of banks who had a lot of bets in Russia for Russian expansion, economic expansion, and diversification of Russia's economy. These banks are now getting nailed with total write-offs, complete losses on loans on Russian real estate, Russian equipment for factories, training centers, distribution centers, on and on it goes. It is a massive amount of billions that are going to be written off by a lot of European banks, which means rates will stay low. There's no need to raise interest rates with that kind of a slowdown coming up. And the question is, with American banks, how many banks in the U.S. are into Russian deals, finances? How many have delivery contracts or commitments or loans in the energy sector, in the manufacturing sector, you name it? I mean, anything to do with the Russian economy. There could be $50 billion, $100 billion lost, written off in bad debt to Russian entities that will never be paid back because they're going to be broke. And that will hold back interest rate increases. There's your decrease in the money supply right there. Money is just evaporated because these banks are never getting paid back this cash. And now they're out this dough, which means the Fed doesn't have to be as restrictive on quantitative easing. It's complicated, but we'll see what happens. So Powell has been given a bit of a break here. He does not have to actually hit the accelerate button on interest rates as he thought he would, not as hard anyway. He can slightly increase interest rates in the US. Yeah, they'll talk about trying to control inflation, but inflation isn't being driven by Americans. Inflation is being driven by outside forces coming to America. One of the deflectors to keep inflation down is a higher US dollar, which is happening right now. The US dollar is accelerating its rise against other currencies, making imports cheaper or moderating the cost of imports. Not good for America's export market, but great for American consumers who are importing goods from other countries. We'll see how this all plays out. It's like 3-level chess right now, juggling all kinds of stuff. Thank you, everybody. Nice to have you here. John Anderson, welcome. Larry, hello. Gavin, how you doing? Bama Babe. Gavin, 6 analysts reiterate buy, outperformed for SoFi at $20 and only downgraded by Bank of America. Guess which recommendation was pushed by the news outlets? Oh, gee, I wonder. Yeah, maybe Bank of America's was pushed. Yeah, I wonder why that is. You got to wonder, what's that all about? Most interesting. SoFi is $11.65 right now. It is up 7 cents in the pre-market, it would appear. We have, let's see here if we can get my big ass iPad to cooperate. 11.67 now, up 9 on SoFi. We're up 3 on Rocket Lab. We're up 7 on GameStop. We've turned right around on these stocks. AMC down only 4 cents now. Matterport is unchanged. We're still up 5 now on 23andMe. We're up a dime on Spire to 224. We're up 4 on Sextera, but we're unchanged on ATI and SmartRent at the moment. Apple now is stronger. It's up $1.30 a share to 167.88. Looking at 168s to 170s for next Friday might be a good move. We've got 30 minutes to the opening where Cisco is up 55. We've got Tesla up $1.10. ARC and Innovations up 64 and Microsoft up $2. That seems to be our initial move right now. 30 minutes to the opening with the Dow now looking up 109, S&P up 13.5, NASDAQ up 27, anywhere from 1/5 to 1/3 of a 1% increase in the markets, and the VIX is down 1 point to 29.69. Very important psychologically to be under 30. The fear index is dropping because now entrepreneurs are rubbing their hands going, where can I make money? And that is what they're trying to figure out, and they're finding more places to do it. but they're nowhere going to be anywhere near the Russian economy, obviously. What kind of fun are we having? Oh my gosh, it never ever ends. Oil now 111.38 in Texas, up 78 cents again. Another little climb here. Um, and let's see what we've got going on here. Lots of things to keep an eye on. Um, you can try to take advantage of the oil and gas market if you want. You can try to trade it. Um, it's up to you. If you're an option writer, what you're looking for is writing options on stock that might be going higher in a limited way, or leveling off, or holding its own. If some stock you think is going to back off, then you have to decide: do you one, if you own it, great, you'll write against it to protect the downside, bring some income. But if you don't own it, what do you do? Do you buy the stock and then write options against it, thinking it's going to go down? That might not be your strategy. Do you buy an in the money call, deep in the money call, and look to write for the next 6 months calls against those calls to bring in more money on those calls and you're actually paying for them, and or hopefully that in the next 6 months the stock settles, calms down, and it perhaps improves, and that underlying call you bought may drop a little bit, but that's offset by the premium you're bringing in, and then it starts to rise as you're writing higher premium contracts, and now you're winning on both fronts. You could also just buy put contracts, but if you do buy puts, you are dealing with a deteriorating asset, because each day that time goes by, you lose premium, and you ultimately might not get the payoff you're looking for if the recovery of the stock isn't there fast enough. Very difficult sometimes to play them. Alrighty, what else is going on? Just watching that and watching this. Thank you for being here today. Good to have you all. Tomorrow is Friday. We will be in Calgary tonight, Jennifer and I, and Jennifer Jr. I'll be on the air tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon from Calgary doing these two shows. I'm only going to do this morning show with you this morning. Probably going to end this after a couple of hours, and then we will finish our final packing and get ready for testing and get figured out how to eat breakfast and get to the airport. And just the stress of travel is ridiculous. It is just, it shouldn't be like it is, but it is. And you just kind of go, wow, it's just ridiculous what we have to go through just to get on a bloody plane to fly a couple hours somewhere. It's wild. But it is what it is. The world is the way it is, and here we are. Welcome one and all to it, and I'm glad you're here today. Thank you, those of you who are throwing a thumbs up this way. If you're able to give us a thumbs up this morning, tell me what number are you on the thumbs up scale. We have 171 showing already for this show. I thank you. 422 of you are here watching us. Thank you for being here. Let me know from where in the world are you guys? What city and country are you in? Let me know. Love to hear from you on that. We're keeping an eye on our stocks pre-market. We were negative on most of them this morning about an hour ago. Now we're going mostly green around here, which is good. Spire got a buy recommendation from Stifel Nicholas with a $6 target price, and Spire is up a dime right now to $2.24. We'll take that. We're hoping to hear more updates and recommendations on other stocks that we are following. I'm curious to see what will be the ultimate number of recommendations on SoFi and other stocks we follow as these markets continue to figure out where they're headed and what they're going to do and where they're going to go. I'm just taking a quick peek at upgrades and downgrades. Nothing else new that we need to worry about for our favorites. I did notice that Intel had a slight downgrade on pricing, but I think Intel is still a long-term buy. It's trading at about 10 times earnings. Got SoFi up 8 cents now to 11.67. I see GameStop at 122.04. It's been between 121 122 all morning. It hasn't done too much. we're watching these. A lot of you have got contracts expiring tomorrow on GameStop, and obviously, if you've written calls that are in the money still, you still are sitting on 110s, 115s, something like that. Between now and tomorrow, you'll look at rollovers as a possible way to deal with this scenario, where you might just buy back your calls that are expiring tomorrow and write new calls at the same strike price or a little higher strike price for next Friday or the Friday after that, and taking advantage of some extra premium money, bringing in cash to write a contract on your stock for a bit longer in time, get paid for your time, and get a higher strike price at the same time. Speaking of rollovers, we were able to, yesterday, Emily was able to get my lesson number 12, the lesson we held last week, Saturday, done. It has been edited and is now uploaded on stockmarketswithbruce.ca. You can now check out lesson number 12, how to do stock rollovers, the rollover strategies that are out there. All kinds of scenarios were covered in this 2-hour class. It went over really well with the gang there. Everyone in the class has now received their copy of the lesson, and a number of you have already started picking up the lesson on the website and are now watching it. You can grab your copy today and watch it as many times as you want going forward. If any of you are picking up any of my lessons on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, and you're having any kind of technical glitch with them, let me know. Just send me an email, either through the website or just through my own email address, which should be right here. Here we go, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. And I'll make sure you get the link you need on whatever lesson you're having trouble with. Okay, so let me know if you're having any issues with your lessons. You can't get the link to work, or you want to watch a lesson a second time or a third time, and you've lost the link. Let me know, because I have a record of everyone who's paid for these lessons, and we'll make sure we get you looked after. Okay, thank you, everybody. Here's the address for the website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. That stands for Canada. And thank you, all of you, for coming by and checking out the classes. Those of you who have been taking the classes, you've been figuring out how to write stock options, and you're understanding more and more how stock options depreciate in value as they get closer to expiry, and how you can take advantage of these depreciating calls, because you're selling a call with 2 or 3 weeks left in its lifetime and watching it depreciate as it's running out of time, and you're buying the call back at a fraction of the price you sold it for. You're taking the differential and doing whatever you want with that cash. And it is becoming a lucrative venture for a number of you who are following me here now. A number of you have indicated recently to me that you actually make more money writing call options than buying and selling stock. That you're trying to, some of you are still trying to find the home run ball, where you buy a stock for one price and then watch it go up, millionfold. Many of you are realizing, man, you know what? I love the steady cash flow that these option writing programs give me. Love to write calls on GameStop. Love to write calls, poor man covered calls on some of these more expensive stocks. This is money being handed to me by all these gamblers in the option pit. I'm the casino, and I'm just offering these slot machines. Here's a GameStop slot machine. Here's a Goldman Sachs slot machine. Here's the Apple slot machine. Pick whatever stock you want. I'll write you options. I'm selling options on all of these guys, and I'm happy to buy them back for a fraction of their price, not too far down the road, and take the difference. Nice going. Beach Boy from Israel, just wondering which bid to consider to buy the calls back on GameStop, the 120s that I've written for 720. Thanks, Bruce. They expire tomorrow. What do you think I should do? The stock is at 121.15. That contract right now is valued. The book value is at 115. At $21, 121.15 a share. Those 120 contracts are worth $1.15 each book value. The only other value on top of that is the amount of time left until they expire. Well, they expire tomorrow at the close. So these contracts are now into their last 48 hours of lifetime, And in reality, options only trade during market hours. So there are, what, 6.5 hours today and 6.5 hours tomorrow? 13 hours of life left on this contract. And Beach Boy sold them for 720. He's going to buy them back. Now, what price should he buy them back for? That is the question. Does anyone have a suggestion? What price should he try to buy them back for? The stock right now is 121.15, 122. If the shares reach 118 to 122 today, or they're 116 to 124, these contracts will fluctuate, I think, from $1 to maybe $5 each, somewhere in there. So somehow, Beach Boy needs to put in a stink bid. He needs to put in a buy order, a bid. I think a nice cheap bid, but not too cheap. He would like to buy them back today and get them out of there. So what price should he consider? Should he be looking at 155 a share, 165 a share? Should a contractor should mean? Should he try to buy these contracts at 185 each, 186 each? Should he try to buy them at $2.01 each, or 211? What do you folks think? And does anyone know what the contract is there a live bid and ask right now on these contracts? They're not trading yet. They won't trade until we open for the business, which is 19 minutes from now. They won't start trading until then. Is there a pre-market bid ask on these contracts? Anyway, we'll see what's going on. I'm throwing this at you guys. See if you have studied. Are you paying attention to what I talk about with regard to option writing? If Beach Boy can buy them back at 220, he clears $5 a contract, which is $500 a contract. Nice trade. You bring $720 in, you give $220 back, you keep $500 for yourself for every contract you can write. Now, some of you out there are able to write one contract at a time. Some of you can do 3 or 5 at a time. Some of you can do 10 or more. Those of you who are thinking of quitting your day jobs, if you can bring in every couple of weeks a trade like this, where you're clearing $5 a contract, and you can bring in 5 at a time, that's $2,500 every couple of weeks. That's $5,000 a month in income. Is there something wrong with bringing in $5,000 a month in income? I say no. That could make a difference between someone having a full-time job or not, or having a part-time job on top of a full-time job or not. Yeah, big difference in lifestyle. 121.50 on GameStop right now. These contracts are definitely going to be cheaper than they were yesterday. They were sitting in that 4.5 range yesterday, and the day before that they were in the 6-7 range. They're backing off now because the calls, these 120 calls, are becoming worthless. They're losing their value because the shares are not going up to 130 a share this morning. They're closer to 120, and they're backing up. Now, what price should Beach Boy go and get them for? JJ's thinking maybe 220 a share might be the price. Could be. Nick is saying the last bid ask on them were 450 to 495 yesterday. If they open at 121 this morning, that'll be lower, and they'll only be worth $1 in book value plus premium. Maybe they'll be 250 to 275 this morning. In value, maybe $3 because they die tomorrow afternoon. There's time running out. I'm showing 122.99. I'm showing 122.34. I'm showing 121.50. These are jumping around. We've only had 3,400 trade this morning on GameStop. So there was a little pop there, but it might not last. I'm now showing, like I say, it's up 37 cents here. So we'll see what happens. Again, I would say Beach Boy, I would try a 201 bid, maybe 201, and see if they come to you quickly at that price. A little $2 drop on the stock to 120 means that would be 201 of pure premium and premium only with no book value, and you might get hit right away with your buy order. Otherwise, if you feel that keep an eye on this market here. We're now 15 minutes to the opening. This deteriorates a little bit between now and then, and backs up to, with a 119 bid ask in the first 10 minutes. We start trading at 119. These could break the $2 level and be at 175, 176. But we don't need to be too greedy. We want to get covered. We want to get covered sooner rather than later. But maybe a 201 bid might be a place to start this ball rolling. See what happens. 122.49 as I see it right now. Okay. Ghost Whisperer, hey, Uncle Bruce, what do you think will happen to SoFi if this massive volume continues the way it is? Well, I feel good about SoFi's upside with higher volume. I really like the fact that if SoFi is going to trade 60 to 80 to 100 million shares a day, if it could maintain that kind of volume, closer to 100 million, the shares will go up in price. My humble opinion, they can't help it. But we need to know if there's a buy wave that will continue to come in on SoFi. Right now, we're showing 648,000 shares traded this morning with an 11.67 last price. We're up 9 cents at the moment on the pre-market. So too early to tell. We'll have to know in the first 20, 30 minutes what kind of volume we have to start the day with and what kind of momentum we're looking at. The Dow, to kind of check momentum and keep an eye on things, I'm showing the Dow Jones right now up 208 points, and I got S&P up 30, and I got NASDAQ up 108. So the NASDAQ market is the winner, up 0.76 of a percentage point. S&P is about the same. The Dow is up almost 2/3 of a point. So we've got positive momentum there. By the way, crude in Texas now is down $1.67 to 108.93. I started this show warning you that Texas looked like it was at 113 to 114 a barrel. Now it's at 109. So we are jumping all over the place on oil. The futures traders are just freaking out, not sure how to play this, not sure where it's at. And the lower oil goes, the higher the market might even go. This is going to be an interesting, crazy market. Look at the Rocket Lab this morning. I'm showing it up 33 cents in the pre-market now. And now I show it up 4 cents in the pre-market. It's jumping about as well. SoFi still showing 11.64, up 6. GameStop 122.39 looks like, up 42 cents. AMC down 2. Matterport unchanged. 23andMe up 4 cents. Spire at 224. ATIP is 181. Nothing on Smart Rent. Sextera, no changes, no trades this morning. Apple up $1.63 to 168.20 with 12 minutes to go in the session before we start trading. Goldman is up 345 to 339.84. Cisco up 68 cents. Tesla up 560 now to 885. ARC Innovation up $1.08 now, moving higher, and Microsoft up 280 to 302. So we've got some improvement here on our on some of our stocks. Watching multiple fronts here, all happening at the same time. We are at Aspire now at 222 last trade on 39,000 shares, up 8 cents at the moment, with an upgrade from or a buy recommendation from Stifel and a $6 call. Yes, Powell's talking points, talking about 25 basis point increase in March for the interest rates. That's a quarter of a point. It might do a half a point down the road. Inflation likely to fall this year. He thinks war in Ukraine brings a lot of uncertainty. I think if oil takes a pop higher than this, even where it is now, inflation is going to be higher before it goes lower. Just the way it is. Energy is so baked into our economy, deep into our economy. All right. Thank you, everybody. That's right. Nice is saying supply chain, COVID-19, war with Russia, China, Evergrande, inflation. Can we get a break? I'll tell you, we are dealing with a lot of stuff here. It's amazing. Smoke Dog says gas went from $3.78 to $3.93 yesterday in Pennsylvania. Still $3.65 in Delaware because there's no state tax. We've got, let's see, what else is going on here? Austin, thank you for thumbs up number 231. I appreciate that. Let's go is right. Let's get this puppy going. We are looking now at a 200-point upside on the Dow, S&P up 30, NASDAQ up 116, oil at 109.61. And a breaking headline: economy likely added 444,000 jobs in February, but labor shortage persists. There's no doubt about that. We don't have enough workers right now for jobs available. Beach Boy is saying, hey, thanks everybody. I entered a 205 buy order. Not possible less than 5 cent increments on this platform. I'm waiting for a bite. So Beach Boy is going to try to buy his calls back at 205. These are the 120s for this Friday, March. And we'll see how it works out once the market starts to trade. The stock right now is 122.50. So the contracts have a book value of $2.50 at this second in time. We'll see in the next 9 minutes how this fares out. So Beach Boy needs a little bit of a pullback, but he wouldn't need too much. If the shares actually slump to the 120 mark, that would be right at book value. They would be worth zero value, only time, and time is till tomorrow. He might be really close. If the shares drop to 119, 118 and a half in that range, then they're out of the money a buck and a half. Now we might well have a $2.05 bid get hit. We'll see if Beach Boy gets those calls back. That would clear him over $5 a contract, which would be great. Austin, Uncle Bruce, in all honesty, it's easy to say more people are making money on calls right now as all of our companies are in the dumps. Calling a spade is a word. Yes, sure, I totally get you. But in the last 3, 4, 5 months, with stocks moving up and down and everything else, folks have been realizing the ability to bring cash in on a constant basis. Pretty nice stuff to have this cash flow coming in. Bobby is saying gas is 186 in British Columbia area. Better bring some back to Canada with you. 186 a liter at $2 a liter. It's $7.40 for a gallon of gas in Canadian money for a U.S. gallon. At $2 a liter, it's $7.40. Take the Canadian exchange rate out of there, you're still at $5.50 a gallon, just to give you an idea. So this is about $5 a gallon U.S. right now for gas. Austin says, I still like you, though. Thank you, buddy. Rob, just got back from dropping off my son, and gas is up to 168 a liter Canadian. Oh, my God. And it's 186 in BC. There you go. Bobby, increasing 14 cents by Monday this week. Vilbus, I've got a 122 for tomorrow. I got 365 for it. My stinker's 115. There you go. So he sold his at 365. He's trying to buy his back at $1.15. They're worth 49 cents right now at 122.49. They die tomorrow. Very interesting. Vilbus is playing. He's going to make money. Beach Boy is making money. A bunch of others of you who've been writing calls on GameStop have been trying to make money this week as well. SoFi 1164 up 6 cents at the moment. The Dow Jones with 7 minutes to go is up 205. We're up 33 on S&P. We're up 143 in NASDAQ. The market is climbing at the moment in strength in pre-market. Oil is down 84 cents to 109.76. Okay. Oh man, smoked. I'm going to get a Triumph TMRV. Putting gas in my V8 Grand Cherokee is killing me. Coyote says, thank the gods I rarely drive. Nice says, I got a 4-banger, laughing out loud. Tiff, I want to see how Bruce is trying to bring a canister of gas with him on the plane. Yeah, good luck with that. Bama Babe gas is $3.50 a gallon for medium grade. Clay, gas is jumping on the East Coast, U.S. as well. Prices are up 30-40 cents in 5 days. Will Carruthers, I saw $1.96 a liter at a Petrocan yesterday. Yikes, that is approaching $7.40 a gallon in Canadian money for a U.S. gallon. That is pushing $5.50 a gallon right there. Alberto, good morning to my bagel familia. Uncle, you can start now. Thank you, sir. Will Carruthers, also good morning, y'all, from Will. Welcome all of you to the show, the channel, the markets. We're 6 minutes away from starting to trade. We got a lot going on here. We're going to see how it all plays out. We have a lot to watch. Cheers from Las Vegas, where I happened to catch the Beatles show the other day. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with drinking this. Here's something for you. This is what is this? I want to say it's a 1 liter bottle, but I'm not sure if that's what this is. Yeah, it's a 1 liter bottle of Diet Pepsi, because this property only sells Pepsi product, which is unfortunate. I bought this yesterday at the store in the lobby of the hotel. $6.76. $6.76 for a 1 liter bottle of cola that you take up to your room with you. I'll repeat that, $6.76 American. For my Canadian friends, that is 9 Canadian dollars for a 1 liter bottle of Diet Pepsi in Las Vegas. If you have a car down here, you go to the grocery store, you pick up your product there and your snacks and your booze and bring it to your hotel room, because these properties are just insanity. I went to the food court yesterday, the food court here in the Luxor Casino. I bought a plate of spaghetti and meatballs. I got spaghetti with 2 meatballs, and it's all just generic tomato sauce and all that stuff, and a little bun on the corner, and a drink in a cup for Pepsi. $21 American for me. 21 American dollars for a plate of spaghetti and meatballs at the food court. Just to kind of give you an idea of the cost of being here. We got a great deal in this room. That's irrelevant. This room is a giveaway. The hotel is making it on everything else, and you can go to any other casino around here. There are no deals. If you don't have a car, and right now we don't have a car, we're only here for 3 days, you pay dearly. It is incredible what you have to pay for stuff around here. It's just amazing. Anyway, I just want to let you know that is what's going on. Adam, I bought a Ford Fusion Hybrid 2 years ago because I do my part-time delivery. So glad I did, man. Alberto, Larry, the anticipation is kidding me. Can you open early? Splitter, sounds familiar in the price in Germany per liter, but in euros. Nicholas, gas around the corner, $5.20 a gallon. Lame duck, look like vodka in a glass. Lobobus, I work from home since the pandemic, so I'm down to about 4,000 miles driving a year. Way to go. Money's like water in Las Vegas, just flows from your wallet. Smoke Dog, like buying soda at a sports game. Vilbus, liter of cola. Do we sell liters of cola? Michael, still better than $16 beers at MSG. Matt, only sells Pepsi products. Where are you? Las Vegas, North Korea? Yeah. Will, Splair TV. Sheesh, Tiff. Uncle Bruce should try to get a Coca-Cola sponsorship. They just say you don't want the money, just the juice. Cam, morning, number 243, thumbs up. Trying to drink water, Uncle Bruce, much better for you. Splair, oh my gosh, Bruce, why this Pepsi? Is there no mate caffeine as well? By the way, in Germany, Pepsi, Coca-Cola's without caffeine. Only the taste of caffeine is used. Oh my gosh. What else? Typical North Jersey prices. $18 for 24-ounce can of your favorite beer. I have 3 GameStop March 4, 124 strike wrote for $297. Cover or let it expire, says Nick. 124s. We're at 122.98. We'll watch that, Nick. Let's see. Bruce, the Target up road is on the Strip is about a 10-minute leisurely walk. Prices are reasonable there. Joe, if you order room service, you're lucky if you get it by Thursday. Will, all they want to do is get you into that desert with cheap flights and hotel rates. Then they start taking it. I was at a basketball game with 2 friends, $14 a beer. Joe, laugh out loud, Super Troopers. Will, just like writing contracts, haha. Flint, I built my manufacturing facility next to my home. My commute is 50 feet from now on anyways. Well done, everybody. We're opening in 1 minute on this market. GameStop, 122.98 right now, up $1. SoFi, 11.49, down 9. Checking the other quotes as we come into the opening. I have Rocket Lab, 8.97, down 9 cents. SoFi down a dime. GameStop up $1. AMC up 3 cents. Matterport up a penny. 23andMe is up 3 cents. Spire's up 8. ATIP is up 3 cents this morning. No changes yet on Smart Rent. Nothing on Sextera. Apple up 177. Goldman up 225. Cisco up 41. Tesla down $1.60. ARC up 51 cents. ARC Innovation. And Microsoft up 294. As we get ready to start trading this morning on this market, Larry Titus is going to hit the bells. I feel it. There it is. It's right here. Yoo-hoo. DQ, always stop in one of the CVS's on the Strip when I walk by. Way better prices in the hotels. I agree. The problem is where we are, it's about a mile. The distance is a mile, and we just are not physically able to do that right now, the two of us together. It cannot be done. So we're sort of stuck here. But we knew it was only for a couple of days, and we're out of here. So we're out of here today. It's all good. We're back to Canada, and away we go. Larry, thank you. Uncle Bruce has me craving mom's spaghetti now, laughing out loud. Oh my gosh. All right, we are up and running. Let's see how the markets are going to treat us this morning. I think we have a gain on the Dow here as we're watching all of this. The Dow right now is up 203 points at the moment. I'm showing a gain of 217. I'm showing a 26-point gain on S&P and 82 on NASDAQ, about 2/3 of a percentage point roughly on all the indexes. Oil in Texas, 110.16, down 44 cents. I still find it amazing to tell you that oil is down when it's at 110 bucks a barrel. Ridiculous, but it is. It was 91 to 93 a week ago. We're up almost 20 bucks a barrel in a week. Gas is going higher in your neighborhood. Tram to Excalibur, walk through New York. Yeah, I know. No, not going to happen. Clay, 2 million shares already traded for SoFi at the opening. I hope that means good things. 11.26 on SoFi, down 32 cents to start the day on 2.7 million. SoFi was not showing this kind of activity in the pre-market at all. It was up a dime just a few minutes ago in the pre-market. New York, it's showing, or the first trade on the NASDAQ, pardon me, was down. We're now at 11.31, down 27 cents on SoFi. We'll see if this is a first 2-minute sell-off and then we recover from there. I have no idea. Spire, finally above 220, says Smoke Dog. I'm showing it at 220 a share, up 6 cents. It did get to 227 this morning. It's now at 220 on 99,000 volume. There's not a huge wave there. We're up 6 cents, though, on the Spire. Dow is up 244. Rocket Lab down 20. SoFi now 11.35, down 23 cents. SoFi was as low as 11.20. It's now 11.35. It's 15 cents better in a minute. 3.34 million traded. Watching SoFi closely. 11.38, down 19. GameStop at 122.98, up $1.01. The high was 123.74. Now we're at the lower end here, 122.98. We're 50 cents away from the low on 27,000 shares. That's all. There's no volume on GameStop. We can't go up with this kind of volume. This will not last. We need better volume than this. We'll see, though. 123.03, up $1.06. AMC unchanged. Matterport down 18 cents to 7.51. ME up 2.5 cents. Spire is now up 3 to 217. It is backing up again. It's on 111,000 shares. ATIP down half a penny. Smart Rent down 1 penny. Cyxtera up 4 cents right now. That's where we're at. 228 last trade on the Dow. SoFi 11.32, down 26 cents. Right now 11.32. The Dow up 243. S&P up 25. NASDAQ up 72 points. Okay. What else? Man, oh man. Kramer picked SoFi today. Interesting. Will, he's not going to let that come back up on his sweater for sure. No wonder it's down. Yes, spaghetti at the food court, 21 American dollars for a plate of spaghetti and a soda on the side. Crazy. Absolutely insanity. Food court pricing, it's ridiculous. Uncle Bruce just started swimming over here. Sounds like they skin you alive in Vegas. Oh man, it's crazy. Went to the buffet yesterday for breakfast. $26 each. Powdered. I'm sure it's powdered scrambled eggs. If it's real, great. Plain Jane, overcooked sausages, home fries that just flavorless. Coffee out of a machine, syrup, fake cream. You can't get real cream. Pancakes, waffles with corn syrup on top. We're talking the cheapest ingredients known to man, pre-manufactured food, laced with sugar everywhere, and artificial everything. The staff are just so unmotivated. They're They greet you, but oh, they don't mean it. And you're paying $60 with taxes for breakfast at a buffet that isn't worth $4.99 like the old days. There's no ham. There's nothing else. There's sausages, bacon, and scrambled eggs. You can get an omelet made. Wait in line. It's really sad. It is really bad. And the restaurant looks tired. The property looks really tired, and the staff looks exhausted. They're happy to be working, but oh my God, the people eating, like I'm just sitting there going, this isn't worth $5. McDonald's makes better breakfast than this. It is tastier at McDonald's. It's really depressing, I have to say. Learn my lesson to bring cash and not use the ATM, Joe. But when were there an equal amount of berries in each muffin? No muffins. There were no muffins. Have you ever seen a profit margin? No. Yes, Uncle Bruce. Are you describing a German cheap supermarket? Almost half of them here. Pick nose, yeah. When you can only get out $100 bills and you have to pay fees, it's unbelievable. Yeah, it is a depressing scenario. I'm not impressed, obviously. The panache is gone. The special vibe is gone. You're in a factory, a money factory. There's probably more value to gamble in a local casino than coming to this town. I'm not impressed. Last time I was in Vegas, I had eggs and steak for breakfast for $4.99. Yeah, what's that, 79? It's 82. BW thinking Bank of America is going to get a retail downgrade to sell off their own. I think with that analysis, they just put their first nail in their upcoming coffin. SoFi 1138 down 20 cents. We're down 18 on Rocket Lab. Dow's up 177. GameStop is negative now, down 31 cents at 121.66. AMC is down a penny. Matterport down 18. ME down 2.5. Spire still up 3.5 cents to 217. The volume on Spire now is 118,000 shares. Not a big move yet on that buy recommendation. ATIP down a penny. SmartRent unchanged. Cyxtera up 2 cents. Robinhood's up a dime. Vanik Vector's down $1.16. Home Depot up 178. IBM up 94 cents. Microsoft up $1.62. Apple up $1.04. Goldman up $1.42. Cisco up 64 cents. Facebook down 51 cents. Amazon up 423. Tesla down 289. Google up 1680. Not a lot else happening. We're down 28 cents on Royal Caribbean. Not much going on here in this market. Again, why should there be a lot going on? We have got to watch a war situation. We have got to watch for a contagion there. We have to watch oil. We have to watch interest rates. We have to watch supply chain, inflation, a whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy. If you wanted orange juice, it was $4. Coyote, I could have told you Vegas was a scam prior to going. DQ, Uncle Bruce has a lot of better experiences in Vegas. Luxor is not it. I hear you there. Will, a blackjack table was my ATM last time I was there. Took them for $1,000. Let's go. Mallow, I'm thumbs up number 250. Thank you, buddy. AB, hotel I stayed in Vegas before COVID was a thing. Had a McDonald's. I swear, a $6 meal was like $15 instead. Mentats, I enjoy Joe Seafood for steak and stone crab at Caesars. AB, Big Mac meal was like $13 to $15. Nate won $3,300 on a 6-team parlay last year. Well, these are few and far between, but I congratulate you, all of you, on it. Way to go. It's quiet here. March Madness is coming, but right now it is dead quiet, and room rates are cheap. But everything else is incredibly expensive. Like I said, $6.70 for this 1-liter bottle of Diet Pepsi in the hotel lobby store. $6.70. Wow. I couldn't believe it. But I wasn't going to walk a mile to a CVS and back to get it. I wasn't going to walk a quarter of a mile to get to the tram, to get to New York, to walk all the way. Not going to do it. There's a certain amount of time I have and a certain amount of energy I have. I'm not going to grab a cab. I'm not going to do anything. So you just pay the added price, and you chalk it up to It's one more night and we're out of here. And that was my mentality on this yesterday, that this will last me until I board the plane. We're out of here. Man, hell, beer is cheaper than that. I know. What can I say? It is incredible. Everything you need here is unbearably expensive. I went to Lux. I went to Mandalay Bay. No change there. You go any other property. We were in Mirage the other day. Unbelievably expensive. I mean, it is just no break anywhere. I paid $18 US for 2 bottles of water. The Bahamas airport. I was shocked. $9 for water. Larry, if soda is 6, is a bottle of water around 12? Yeah, I'm thinking that if I'd have bought a bottle of water, it would have been 4 or 5 more. You just it's shocking. And of course, I'm gonna guess the store is owned by the hotel, but I'm gonna second guess that if the store is run by an entrepreneur, they are paying $20,000 a month in rent, and so they need $700 a day in rent money. Where they got to make $4 a bottle or $5 a bottle on this to get towards that $700 price, because people are not going in there to buy $25 souvenir T-shirts. They're not going in there to buy other souvenirs for hundreds of dollars. They're going in there for nickel and dime stuff, and this poor merchant is paying dearly for that. And the property, owned by MGM, I think it is, has to generate revenues on light volumes right now because there is nobody here. It's very quiet. When I once go to Vegas, I want to go gamble some money before I get poor on Big Macs. Yeah, but you got to eat eventually. I should have walked away, but I was so shocked I just paid it and I walked away. Nick, they gave you a good deal on the room rate to reel you in. There you are. Just gamble on SPY calls for the week rather than go to Vegas. Laugh out loud. Anyway, it's an event. I mean, we've been here zillions of times. I've been to Vegas many times since 85, 84. I've been coming here. Yeah, I've seen the change and witnessed the build out and all of that. And this is not shocking to me, but it is disappointing that you come to this town and the cost of coming here has just gone through the roof, and it's knocking out a lot of people who could come here. It's really, it's upping the price of admission. But these hotels, they're not going to make it. They're not going to survive if interest rates go higher and inflation continues the way it is. Their costs are dramatically skyrocketing on them. And I don't know how the city of Las Vegas, the state of Nevada, will economically survive if this keeps happening the way it is, because the tourist numbers will drop dramatically. And that's the lifeblood of this town. I wonder about that. I don't know. Just saying. Let's see. Everyone calling for war. If you ain't willing to risk your brother, sons, daughters, etc., they should shut their traps. Sincerely, 86-90 bet. Don't go. Let's not go fighting. Rob, Beach Boy, you must be getting close out of those 120s. GameStop, 120.108, down 89 cents. The GameStop low of the day, 120.94. So they're getting close, I'm sure. Hopefully, our friend will get out of there in the not too distant future. See what happens. Stick to cruises, Bruce. They're not getting cheaper either, my friend. DQ, Vegas will survive. Business conferences are the lifeblood. I tell you, I would think twice before I came here for a business conference. I would think twice before I brought my employees here. I really would. I have to afford it, and then to have them be at their best performance here. Not too sure about that. Anyway, another matter. It's a whole other story. It is what it is. It's not cheap in New York. It's not cheap in San Francisco. It isn't cheap in LA. So fair enough. I'll grant you all that. It's okay. 120s on those GameStops are now $450 to $495. Last quote I have, but I'm probably still from yesterday. So we're going to wait and see if that changes. Tell us what Vegas was like before the Disney infliction or infatuation of it. Seems like back before the mid-90s was actually fun. Now it seems like a place exclusive for people to blow retirements on slots. Things used to be a lot different in the 80s. The biggest casinos at the time would have been Caesars and Flamingo, Bali, Grand. I remember they started building the Mirage back in about 80, 87, 86, 87, 88. That's when they were building it. Probably done by then, or by well, maybe they got it done by 890. But that was the first of the mega hotels, the Mirage. Steve Wynn, who created the Bellagio after the Mirage. When he built the Bellagio, he changed it forever. That was a palace, and that just put everybody else to shame on this strip. That changed the strip forever. And now you have mega hotels after mega hotels all up and down the strip, 35, 40 stories tall, trying to make a go of it. But it's just not, the atmosphere is gone. You used to go into one casino and then another casino, and they were all different. They all had a different vibe. They all had a different feel. The employees were vibrant. That there were doormen. There are no doormen anymore. There were there were there were perks. There were you used to have casino hosts that they'd come around, they'd walk around the floor. You don't see casino hosts. You have to go to a casino host, and unless you're dropping, you're gambling 10,000 a day turnover, they don't want to talk to you. You're it's over. It is now a different game, and every casino you walk into feels the same, looks the same, sounds. It's just monotonous. The Luxor is a unique building. It's a pyramid and it's different, but it looks so tired. And Mandalay Bay looks like it's showing some age now, and Mirage is definitely showing some age here and there. They're spending money to keep it up, but you can tell. It's been 35 years that these properties went up, 30, 35 years ago, and they're getting on. I mean, back in 1985, if you came into a 35-year-old property, it was built in 1950. Think about it, 1950 versus 1985, or from 1985 to 2010. I mean, the difference is unbelievable. Well, here we are, 2022, and there aren't 16 hotels being built at the same time anymore. There aren't 5 cranes up and down the strip anymore. It's all built out, and it's all beginning to look tired. And the people who are coming here are just not as inspired as they used to be. I'm certainly, I'm older. I grant you that too. I'm not 25, 35 anymore, so it's not exciting for me. I've been around too long. I'm an old dog, and I come around here and going, I've seen this before. And it's just, no. Eric, Vegas sucks. I was there a few years ago for 3 nights. Between the price, quality, food, I was ready to go home. The quality of the food really has depreciated, deteriorated. It is bland. It's like a Denny's. It's Denny's quality, as good as it gets is Denny's. Unless you go to the high end restaurants, the top end. We went to a nice steakhouse in the Mirage. Jennifer and I and Jennifer Jr. We went in there, and you came out of there with a $250 bill for 3 people. How many of those are you going to do? One time. I mean, you're not going to do that every night. You're not eating like a king anymore. There used to be buffets that were $20 that were really nice, with the shrimp and the crab legs and steak and prime rib, and there's no $20 buffet anymore. It's $40 buffets, and you're not getting that stuff unless you're paying $60, $70 buffets. And are you going to do a buffet for $70? Are you out of your mind? You're going to go to a restaurant, serve me, man, and then you're going to pay more. It's just crazy. Previous message not meant for this channel. Sorry. Okay. Where are you going, SoFi? SoFi 1112 down 46. I was at the last 2 AWS conferences before COVID. Rob 380 last quote. 335, 440 on those 120s for Friday. They're falling. Those are falling. Here we go. This is good news. Very good news. GameStop 120.35. Beach Boys contracts are worth 35 cents book value this second. So they're coming down. Those 120s are coming down. Way to go. We'll watch that quote as they come in. 335 bid. Right now, the mob knew how to feed you. The Mirage was tried back in 2001. What else? Being in Southern California, Vegas is like my backyard, but there are so many times fun when you're young, but now it's just chill. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Every city has its pros and cons. I agree. I agree. I took a plane for work once, and there was a connection to LV. Guy I was sitting next to on plane was doing a business conference in Vegas. He told me presenting in LV was like a punishment at his company. Interesting. The Nasdaq has gone red apparently. Let's take a look here. Where are we at now? Yep, down 12 on the Nasdaq, up 177 on the Dow. Got some SoFi at 1111, says Coyote. Well done. SoFi 1106 right now, down 52. GameStop 120.46, down 151. Rocket Lab down 58. We have red going here. The truth is, the majority of people want to go to Vegas versus another city for a business conference because of the vices it offers. Not what happens in Vegas now ends up on the internet. Lame duck, we have a poker machines at every gas station in Illinois. Pick nose, I should have stayed through the weekend. Everything was closed while I was there. I hope to catch some 1090s. Headed to LA next week, not looking forward to the trip. Noticed here, the buffet was closed on Monday and Tuesday. Noticed certain restaurants are closed Mondays and Tuesdays. They're only open 5 days a week here inside the hotel. That shows you how few guests are here Mondays and Tuesdays. So you come here for the cheap room rate. You can't eat here. You have to go out to eat or eat at their high-end restaurant. You can't get cheap food. You've got to be able to get around to go eat somewhere else. It's all different. It's all changed out. Of course, COVID has done its thing, and inflation and costing, obviously. And these properties are so leveraged with their bankers in Wall Street. MGM is leveraged. All the other properties are massively leveraged with their bankers. Every 13 weeks, they must deliver results for their financials. And there's only one way to make more money. You either get them to gamble more, or you get them to eat and pay more to be here. We're paying a $30 a day not convenience. We're paying a $30 a day resort fee for this room. There is no resort here. There is no pool open. It's all closed. The resort fee covers my internet. That's part of the resort fee. I don't get a newspaper delivered to my room anymore. There's no such thing as a $1 a day. It used to be 25 cents a day for a newspaper. Now it's $1.50 anyway. None of that. It's all internet anyway. Forget about a newspaper. Those are old days from the 80s. But there is no shoe shine guy. There used to be shoe shine guys all over the place. People don't wear leather shoes here. They wear flip-flops and they wear running shoes. The shoe shine guys are out. The bathroom attendants, there are no bathroom attendants here. There was at Mirage. I came into the men's room. There was a bathroom attendant there. And I came to the sink to wash my hands, and he slowly came up to me, put 2 paper towels next to my sink to allow me to dry my hands. I could have easily gone to the dispensary to get them, but a little service like that. In the old days, were you looked after? It's over. It's all over. Cutbacks everywhere for everything. Service, none. Front desk, 4 people, 25 people waiting in line. Wait a half an hour to get to the front desk. It is really pathetic. I mean, it's just, and I'm telling you, every time I walk by the front desk, every time, it's like 3 times a day, lineups, waiting to come in and spend money. You got to be kidding me. There should be 20 people in front of there taking care of those folks. Get them into the rooms and get them on the floor. Get them spending. Nope, it's all over. Anyway, happiest people I saw in Vegas at the time were the diehard Trump fans at the airport shuttle getting off at Trump Hotel about tip the bus running the window and seeing it. Mike, you get your shine. Go get your shine box. The GameStop 120s, March 4th, still over 350s. Come on, just $1 or more or so. GameStop 120.55. They're coming. Coyote, that sounds so awkward. Who the hell would want to be a bathroom attendant? Well, nowadays it's third worlders. It's guys from the third world who are standing there to look after. They keep it spotless and keep it clean. And they're unionized today. They're all unionized. They're all getting their $18, $20 an hour. So it's a job. Everything will be replaced by a robot. Artificial intelligence real soon. Alberto, I believe Kramer's mom was a bathroom attendant. Lobo Blast, local LV, Las Vegas paper mentioned overall attendance was down in 2020. However, the casino still made pre-pan profit. Translation, they are still coming and spending lots of money. My next pair, the strip club will have bathroom attendants. Remember when there were no self-serve gas stations? They would fill you up, check your tires, clean your windshield. Unionized, that's where you don't see them anymore. I attend bathrooms on a semi-regular basis as a user. Laugh out loud, Michael. Well, like I say, it's just not the same. Back in the 80s, it was service, door attendants, valet parkers, cab attendants, front desk bellhops, service. The waitresses talk to you in English. They were happy to see you. They used to have name tags would tell you where they were from. Little things, just little personal things, welcoming you from out of town, asking you where you're from, how you doing, telling you what to watch. Oh, you should go check this show. I heard from a customer yesterday that show is fantastic. None of that. I asked a bellman yesterday, where can I get tested for COVID? No idea. Not a clue. Couldn't tell me where to get a COVID test. Everybody needs a COVID test to come in and out of the United States. These guys should be inundated by Canadians like me asking him, no idea, because he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't want to know. He isn't going to know, and his bosses don't prep him. They don't have meetings in the mornings. Hey, guys, here's the topic of the day. We want you to hype up this. Don't forget about the COVID testing. Send them here. Do that. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing. No service. No one cares. That's the other thing that I find. No one cares. Anyway, there you go. What can I say? Anyway, and that's the way it was. Back in the 1980s, things were better for most people across the board. Sign of the times, rotting from within. Yes, Las Vegas is very weird right now. Hardly any international people, mostly all regional folks. Looks like Uncle Brees or Mama Babe. A few times my Uber driver was making a stop to pick up weed to deliver from the dispensary. It is official. SoFi's earnings didn't matter. We are at 11.16, down 41 cents on SoFi. Low of the day, 11.05. Volume, 13.1 million. Rocket Lab, 844, down 61. GameStop, 120.60, down 137. AMC, 1814, down 39. Matterport, down 35, 734. ME down 13.5, 416. Spire is down 6 cents to 208. ATIP down a penny, 177. SmartRent down 14 to 622, and Sixter up 8 cents to 11.68. Otherwise, it's red everywhere. Customer service used to be important. Now, no one cares. Coyote, name of your Uber driver, laughing out loud. Headed to Vegas in June. Now I don't want to go. I care. I offer one of the best customer services in my hotel. Nick, you do. The other what was a comment was somebody about service and providing it. Yeah, it's just not there. I walked through a walkway. It was a raised, we call it plus 15s, 15 feet off the ground, but between the Luxor and Mandalay Bay and the other place here, Delano, there's a shopping center kind of thing that you can go walk past, and there's restaurants and an ice cream shop and a hat store and this store and that store, and it's retail. I'm looking in there. About every eighth store is dark. They're shut down. They're out of business. And then I look inside. Most of them are empty, and the staff are looking on their phones. They're just trying to kill the time. They don't want to be there. They hate their lives. They're bored to tears. And again, it's slow here. I'm being fair to them because I know Super Bowl weekend, it was packed. It was crazy during Super Bowl. So these folks were selling stuff. But right now, you can just see how they are just barely getting by. They're just trying to get past the time. Please let my shift be over so I can get out of here. It's just sad. The guy, like half of them, we were doing weed deliveries from the other app while being Uber drivers. Nick, I am a mom and pop operation, and I have to be unique to stay competitive. Yes, you do, sir. Vilbus, Vegas is what you make it. Choose your own adventure experience. Nelson, Nick, you are part of a dying breed, unfortunately. Coyote, AB, the hustle. Haha, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's people here who are great. We had a great cab driver the other day. He was super cool. I really enjoyed his stories. fascinating stuff. We were comparing notes from the 80s and the 90s and 2000s, but same thing. He's noticed a change in the last decade, massive changes, because the properties are no longer individual properties. 20 of the Strips hotels, roughly, are probably MGM properties. 15 and 10 of the others, and the others are all, there's maybe 3 or 4 players left. There aren't 25 different hotels here. There are 3 different hotels. There are 3 owners that own it all, and they don't compete with each other like the old days where, oh, I'll just call across the street to that hotel, or I'll call to that casino over there. I'll get the best rate for the weekend. Not anymore. It's a closed shop. They're all identical, and everything is the same. It's uninspiring. Anyway, there you go. That's it. Sorry, that's it. Yeah, and other states legalizing gambling. Yeah, that's probably is. And online. Yeah, that's true. Things have changed. We are up 176 on the Dow, so we backed off from our opening run. S&P's up 18. Nasdaq holding an 8-point gain right now. So we're up a little bit. Oil is down $1.18 a barrel to 109.42 in Texas. We've got Rocket Lab down 62 cents to 8.43 at the moment. SoFi down at 11.10, down 48. GameStop is down $1.42 to 120.55. AMC at 18.21, down 32 cents. Matterport is off 30 cents to 7.38. ME off 12. Spire off 4. Spire started the day at 227. That's as good as it got. Then it backed off to the 220 level. And then it backed off to the 210 level, down to 207.5. Now 209, down a nickel on 342,000 shares. And it got a buy recommendation today with a $6 target price from an analyst, and it is off today. That's what's happening in our stocks that we're watching. ATIP is unchanged. SmartRent down 14, Cyxtera up 7. It's the only stock in the green. Cyxtera up 7 cents. Everything else is down today. The GameStop we're watching closely because we have a number of our viewers who are trying to buy back their calls that expire tomorrow. The good news is the stock is down and the calls are down. The question is, will the calls drop far enough to get our people out with a nice fat profit? The 120s that die tomorrow on GameStop are now I'm showing 325 to 440 on the bid ask. So it's only bid 325. The 121s are bid 296. The 122s are 242. The 123s are 199. The 124s are 176 bid, and the 125s are 170. These contracts are worthless. They have no value. They're all out of the money. Anything over 121 has no value, only time value, and that is shrinking quickly. So as the morning goes on and the time passes, these contracts keep shrinking out as they lose their time value, and will eventually get down into the pennies from the dollars. We're watching closely to see how they go for our clients, our viewers here. The Dow holding right now, again, looks like 180 right now. Hanging on. Let's see here. Yeah, 19 on the S&P, 15 on NASDAQ. Oil down 123 to 109.37. But being positive is great, but that is not giving us a big run here on our stocks for what we're following at this point in time this morning. Robinhood is down 9. Vanik is down 114. On the higher cap stocks, they are green. We have Home Depot up 134, IBM up 118, Microsoft up $1.03, Apple up 177. I got Goldman up 144 now. I have Cisco up 42 cents, and Facebook holding a 37-cent gain. Amazon is down $6. Tesla down $9.80. Google is up $33. BlackBerry down 32 cents. BlackBerry's down a nickel. Bed Bath & Beyond is down 32. Royal Caribbean down 214 now. Target up 385. JP Morgan up $1. Costco up $10 to 538. Walmart up 255. Retailers are doing well today. Nvidia up $0.25. What else is happening here? American Airlines down 44. Netflix down $4. Snowflake today down $40 to $223 a share. getting whacked on 12 million. They're tumbling because they're reporting revenue shortfalls on Snowflake. DraftKings down 82 cents, Moderna down 230, Workday down a buck, Airbnb down 265, Micron down 190, Intel down 75 cents, Coinbase down 655, Boeing down $6 on the day. And they're not all green on the bigger end. 120 gain on the Dow as we're giving up ground on the Dow Jones right now. At the moment, we're going to watch, see if it can hang on to a gain or go negative. The other indexes are still hanging on, but we're only up about a third of a point on the S&P, 0.4% on the Dow. We're barely positive on the NASDAQ, up 10 points. That's it. 120.81 on GameStop, 120.46 on GameStop as we continue to run into a bit of a pullback here. That will cause options to drop along with the time depreciation. Those 120s are now 305 bid. They're $1 away from Beach Boy. Beach Boy's at 205. Those are now 305 bid, and they're worth 14 cents. That's it. 120.14 is the stock, and the rest is time, and something tells me they're not even 3 bid anymore. I bet you they're less than 3 bid now. That would be my guess. What can I say? Yep. What else is going on here? Nick saying, I am a mom-pop operation. Have to be unique. The Roadway Inn in Blythe. Definitely many operators like Nick are operating in centers with the motels and hotels, but I'll tell you, it's tough. It is tough. Let's see. The Luxor is now the Sahara of Vegas. Its heydays over. Vegas advertises glam, gambling, nightlife. Now you have to sign up for a loan on the train at the airport to see the buildings crumble. I saw Penn and Teller and ate a giant plate of spaghetti. That was the best 2 things in Vegas. It says AB. Vegas has nothing on Amsterdam, says Nelson. Pool parties is what is very popular right now in LV, but very few pools are open. GameStop 120 resistance is broken. It is under 119.65. So now the 120s have no value. GameStop, you're about Beach Boy, you're about to get them. I think Vegas and Amsterdam, my 2 favorite places. Nelson, Beach Boy, you must be out of the 120s or he's getting close. 119.77 on the GameStop shares, which tells me that Beach Boy and others are getting closer to being able to buy back their calls that expire tomorrow. I have a suspicion we're going to be very close here very shortly on buybacks. Last quote I saw was a 320 bid on the 120s. I don't buy it. I think they're done. Coyote, $10.95 buy completed on SoFi. Coyote stole SoFi at $10.95. They're trading at $10.92. They are on sale. Is SoFi really going to 10? Really, what the heck does the market want from Noto? Rob, 120s, our last bid, $3. They're going lower. 276. Oh, last trade, $3 now. 276 bid. Rob, they are falling. A beautiful Dave. They're still ridiculous premiums. Not going to last. I just lowered my 115 stink bid. Come and get me, says Jeff. Nelson, wasn't SoFi over 13 the other day? SEC, nothing to see here. David, went to Vegas last month for my wife's 40th. Went to the Mob Museum, Beatles Love, and a drag queen brunch. Good times. There you go. Good time. Beatles show was great. Enjoyed it. The steak house in Mirage, great, but very expensive. That adds up for 3 people. Oh man, is that expensive? Unbelievably expensive. You can't do that very often. That is for sure. Anyway, 119.20 on GameStop, and those 120s are falling. Rob, he's showing them at $2.65 to $3. There you go. They're falling. The 124s have got to be falling. They got to be down to 110, 105. They're falling, and they're going to keep falling. If this stock drops a little more, and it looks like it will, we will have these calls will be bought back on stink bids. Way to go, you guys. 119.20 on GameStop. A gain of 101 on the Dow only now. We're backing up there. We're up 9 on S&P, but we're down 36 on NASDAQ. So we're going into a bit of a problem there. SoFi approaching 20% of the float being shorted and growing. So this is a short sale suppression, not actual selling, is the thinking. SoFi 1094 right now, down 64 cents on a volume of 17.2 million, way lower than yesterday's volume, way lower at the moment. We're down 48 on Rocket Lab. 119.31 on GameStop, down 266. We're down 46 on AMC. Matterport down 32. ME down 14.5. Spire down 8. ATIP down 1.7 cents. SmartRent down 16. Cyxtera up a penny. Robinhood down 26 cents. Vanik down 261. We're Microsoft. We're about to go red on that one. We're virtually at the break-even line. Home Depot only up 18 cents, backing off. We're only up a penny on Goldman. We're backing off. This market is going lower, and it's going to take others with it from what I can tell right now. To 1096 SoFi. Low of the day on SoFi is 1090, trading at 1096 right now. 119.20 to 119.44 on GameStop. Watching that market. Under 120, all 120 contracts are worthless. The 21s all the way up, all worthless. They only have time premium now, expiring tomorrow. And if the shares drop under 119, that makes them worthless as well. 119.15, a low of the day on GameStop being experienced right now. GameStop is at the low of the day, 119.15, now 119.12. Down they go. Nazareth is saying the last 4 days, short volume on SoFi, 41%, 47%, 41%, 48%. So the last couple of days, they had about 40 to 50% shorted every day on SoFi. 1102 now on SoFi, down 56. From at these prices, I have enough to buy 100 more SoFi shares. Dave, they are just pulling back the slingshot. I agree. That when that goes, it goes the other way dramatically. I agree. I totally agree. Anyway, tons of fun. Never a dull moment. My goodness, watching for SoFi to deliver returns to option writers, and I think it's coming. It's happening right here. And watching SoFi at 11:02, wavy gravy, holy shorts. Will, how long can they do this for SoFi, Bruce? No one knows. I don't know when or if any one individual or a hedge fund or an outfit starts buying up SoFi stock as a takeover idea. Could it be that an activist investor steps into SoFi and just starts cornering the market, buying it all up, taking it out for weeks, just weeks, buying, and squeezing it, getting into the 8-10% range, and maybe approaching a couple of players to do a takeover. Who knows? You never know. Squeeze the shorters to 2025. Who knows? Who knows? I 119.30 on GameStop. 20 to 30 is the market. March 120s have got to be dropping. Last I saw was a 315 quote. I know I'm way out. It's got to be lower than that. Coyote says, as my Italian grandma used to say, we scoop up my Sophie. We scoop up me Sophie up. The Dow is up 96 points. Oh, my goodness. S&P up 8.5. We're dropping back here. We're up 6.7 on S&P. We're down 51 on NASDAQ. Oh, scoopa me SoFi. 119 on the SoFi now. 119 on SoFi. We're going below 119 now. On the GameStop, but we're going under 119 on the GameStop, as my Italian grandmother used to say. Oh man, 119 to 119.30 on a GameStop right now. Oh my, we are buying the contracts back at the cheaper prices. I can't do it. I'm lousy at it. I'm lousy. 255 says Michael. Those 120s are now at 255. Beautiful. Thanks, Michael, for that. Rob, thank you for these quotes. 255 to 86. Last at 271. You guys are great. Appreciate these live quotes. I don't have the live quote feature here. Appreciate that. 119, 27, 28 on GameStop, and these calls are dropping and dropping and dropping. Interesting stuff here. Lots happening. 103, 119 gain on the Dow. Oil in Texas, 110.35. Clay, so things are being shorted down to the sub 1150 levels for the week. There are tens of thousands of calls expiring worthless this week. Rob is saying the contract just traded at 255. Nick, I operate Roadway Inn on I-10 in Blythe. Come on and stay at my place. Mention Uncle Bruce. Get 10% off my room rate. There you go. There's service right there from the owner. You don't get that from a union employee, you know. You don't get that. Rob keeps coming down to Beach Boy. That's right. It's coming to Beach Boy. He's at 205. He needs 50 more cents. And Beach Boy scoops back his GameStop contracts that he wrote for $7.20 at a nice cheap price. Thank you, SoFi, for waiting for my next paycheck. Very kind of you, says Nicholas. Thank you, Nazareth. Max Payne for this week. GameStop 119, SoFi 1150, AMC 18. So let's see how close to these numbers they are by the end of the week. Mr. Dr. Doody Doo, Dotty Doo. I have absolutely no faith that we will exit this bear market anytime soon. Rob, Nick, could we get 10% and a complimentary sesame seed bagel? Are there sesame seed bagels in Blythe, California? That is the question. Are there any bagels in Blythe, and are there any sesame seed bagels? SoFi, $11, down 57 cents. GameStop, 118.78. Those calls are coming down, baby. They're coming down fast. Available, I'm tempted to just ride my 122 to the close and keep all their money. Well, that's tomorrow. If you can buy them back today for 20 cents, you might as well just take it. Rob is saying, if there's no bagels there, what's the point of going to Blythe? We've got to have bagels in Blythe. What are we going to do? 118.91, 118.78 on GameStop here on these shares. 118.65 now on the GameStop. Those 120s are definitely coming down to that 2 range. Nick saying BYOB, bring your own bagel. Yeah, come on into Blythe. Bring dozens of them. You'll probably be able to sell a bunch of them for fast markups. Come on to Blythe and scalp bagels on the street. You can't find them anywhere else but here. That might work. I don't know. Yeah. Thank you, says Dave. I'm sitting on a bunch of cash intentionally, but now I find I can't bring myself to pull the trigger unless the bid is super stinky. Uncle Bruce has ruined me. Good to hear that. You're getting smarter buyers. Who would have figured that such a great earnings report from SoFi and huge volumes of trading that SoFi would be lower? Does this give one new insight into the trading world? It's amazing, isn't it? We're $11 right now, down 57. GameStop 118.65. Those shares are still under 119, going nowhere quickly right here, right now. 118.65, 118.84. And looking at those 120s, they got to be down into that low 2 range now. Going to stop by Montreal and stock up on some bagels and come down to the corner of the bagel market in Blythe, says Rob. That's what I'm going to do. I'm coming to town, man. I'm taking this place over. Going to make a fortune selling bagels in Blythe. There you go. Oh, man. 10.99 on SoFi. Volume 19.7 million. Low of the day, 10.90. Unbelievable on SoFi. GameStop, 119.02. Trying to hang on to the 119 level. Rob, I'm showing 220 to 240 on those calls. Last at 244, but only 220 bid. And we got Beach Boy at 205. Waiting in the weeds at 205. Happy to take back whatever calls you want to give up. 118.69 on the stock, dropping again as GameStop is now looking for a new low trade at 118.65. Last is the low of the day. We're at 118.69 and falling. Those contracts are out of the money. The 119s are worthless. Now the 18s are only worth 70 cents. Down they go. BW says, stop buying SoFi options. They're going to keep wiping them out. Just buy the stock. You want to sell covered calls, Coolio, but stop buying the calls for now. Uncle Bruce's best bagel bites from Blythe, says Rob. Nick, 245 to 265. Frumbler, I have a stink bid to buy my GameStop 125 callback for 20 cents. It might be too stinky though. Maybe 21 or 26. Don't go 2-0. Go 21 or 26. If you can go off an odd number, that'd be better for you. DQ is saying Bruce's Blythe Bagel Bite Bonanza. How about that? Oh man, 118.59, new low of the day on GameStop. 118.59, now 118.56, another new low trade on the day. Those 120s, 122s, 124s, they're further and further and further out of the money. Any of you written 115s, 116s, here we go. Stocks coming to you. Anybody written 110s, they're coming to you. Rollovers might be doable at some of these other contracts. What can I say? Down we go. 225 now, says Michael. 225. AB Spire price target $6. Stock at about 2. Buy the stock? Yeah, I'd buy the stock. Yes, indeed. ATIP, I'd buy that too. Yeah, 176 on ATIP, down 1.5 cents. Spire 207, down 7. Low of the day 205, 388,000 on Spire. We got the Dow up 94, Rocket Lab down 57, SoFi at 1092, down 66. We got GameStop 118.18, another new low on GameStop. He's 10 cents away, they say. How do you feel about SoFi leaps at these prices? Oh man, that could be a buy there. He's 10 cents away, says Michael. He's going to get them. 118.18. We're hit 118 already. Even 118 has been touched already. On the stock, they're $2 out of the money. They have less than a day and a half to live, a day and a half or so to go. Yeah, he's going to get them back. Might as well cheer for something, says Michael. We're looking for the 205 bid to show up on those 104 calls that expire tomorrow. 120 calls that expire tomorrow for Beach Boy. Just saw a 205 bid for second. Go, Beach Boy, go. That's right, baby. 118.18. The stock is backing off 379. Down goes the contracts. Yep, Beach Boy might be getting his fill at any old time. Just keep an eye on this market. 118.18 right here, right now. Yeah, my machine is so far behind, it's showing 276 bid. So, yeah, my machine is way back here. Somebody cut in front of him right now, 215. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It's going to come to him. 118.18 last trade on GameStop. 117.81 just dropped 30 cents. He's going to get him. He's going to get him. Here, I see it. 205 bid. Last was 215. 215, 205.50. Go Beach Boy. My stink bid is now on the floor for 115, says George. Says Jeff. Michael, he might get filled now. 205, 230. 205 last trade, says Michael. Here it comes. Okay, I'm out, says Jeff. I'm out. DQ. Identity theft is not a joke, says Michael. Nick, 201 to 228. He's filled. He's got them. He bought them all back at 205 from a 720 right. Way to go, Beach Boy. Way to go, Beach Boy. Beautiful stuff. I'm sure he's getting his reports right now. Stock's 118.22. It just jumped up 40 cents, but on that dip, he got them. And so did Jeff, and these are still falling in price. That's what's going to happen. That's how these stocks work and these contracts. How about that action right there? Making money. Michael, DQ. Rob, I still see day low is 215. It'll come. Unless Beach Boy changed his order and went down to 155, unless he pulled out. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see these quotes go through and these trades go through and see what happens. Interesting stuff, you guys. Never a dull moment in the options market. There it is. 205, says Rob. They went through. Michael says, I saw it. Kent, I got it at 205 too. Sold 740. Thank you, Uncle B. There's a $535 profit. On a contract. Not bad at all. Okay, GameStop, now let's rock it. I'm strapped in, seats belt buckled, ready for liftoff. Rob hit 205 last sale, back up to 215. Hope he got out. We're going to find out if he got taken out for all of them. Wavy, well, look at that. Finally figured out how to change my picture. If you don't change, you're dead. So I try to keep changing. Zed, Beach Boy, wow, well done. Hopefully Beach Boy got it done. 118.16, 118.04 again on the stock. Way to go, Kent. Way to go, Jeff. Way to go, all you guys, buying back your calls on GameStop for profits. Really wonderful $5+ profits in some of these cases or more. Not a bad week, I would say. Yeah, if you could do that with 5 or 10 at a time, Pretty good money, huh? Rob, for sure he's out. Bid ask 201, 230. He's out. Unless he's changed his bid to 201, he's out. We're just waiting for him to let us know. Very good stuff. I love it. Exciting stuff. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you all for being here today and hanging out with us. It's great to see you. Watching all kinds of crazy market activity here. Never a dull moment. Thank you for those of you who've subscribed to this channel, who are becoming members of this channel. Love having you. Thank you for the thumbs ups here today. We have 293 thumbs ups. Let's hit 300 and say thank you, everybody. Beach Boy, boom! There it is. It's official. I think he's out. What do you think? Were these naked covered calls? I covered, I believe. Beach Boy, I'm out. Hope this keeps some skin on your back out there in Vegas. Thanks, Beach Boy. For the 150 shekels, I appreciate that, my man. He got it filled. Beautiful job. The James Show, my 120 GameStop went for 212. Not bad. I got in at 6. Yeah, man, making money on these calls. Why not? They're just handing it to you for free. This pays for lessons. This pays for being a member of this channel. This pays for one-on-one consultations if you need them. It pays bills. It can make a difference, folks. Way to go, guys. Fantastic. I love that when folks are making money on these contracts. Thank you, Beach Boy, so much for that contribution on your successful trade. Beautifully done. I love watching this happen. 1094 in SoFi. Keep scooping up cheap paper, people. Keep picking it up. Rocket Lab down 61, 844. It is a bargain there too. Unbelievable. There it is. Rob pays for lessons, membership, consultations, donations easily, without question. It takes care of everything. Way to go, you guys. We're up 45 on the Dow. Unfortunately, it's the only one in the green. We're down 4 on S&P, and we're down 113 on the NASDAQ. What else is going on? We're watching oil at 112 again in Texas. 112 on Texas. We're up 119 a barrel again. We're going higher. SoFi, 1250s at 3 cents, and I could have wrote at 108, says Michael Frumbler. Got 100 more SoFi. 1091. Loboblast, the other SPAC throw. My goodness. Zed, Beach Boy, well played. Loboblast, laughing out loud. Michael, heavy sigh. What can I say? It is what it is. We've just got to keep moving forward. We have to take it where we can get it, and we just keep moving on. Don't stop now, and just keep shopping for your next move. Jennifer is alive and well. How you doing, Jennifer? There's a cup by that coffee maker that is as good as it gets. Yeah, that's as good as it gets. I did the cleanup for you on it, unless you're going to use plastic ones, okay? Yeah. And good going. Beach Boy just bought back his calls at 205. He was trying to get them yesterday at 255. He bought them today at 205. Beautiful stuff. I'm really happy. We're all happy. Everyone. Kent bought a call back today as well. Scored a nice gain. So did Jeff. A number of my viewers are scoring money today on the GameStop pullback. Now look at GameStop, not so down anymore in 119.05. A little recovery after dropping out to 117, I think 81. So it wants to go back into the 120 something range. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to write calls again on GameStop. Absolutely. Lame duck. I bought less than number 12. It's worth the money. Right on, buddy. Lobo, how much? So much did Beach Boy just make in American money? Over $5 a contract. Yeah, like about 520 a contract, multiplied by a number of those. I have a few contracts at 140. They expire next week. I am no Beach Boy. Right on, Zed. Let's see. Good morning, Jen from John. Larry, good morning, Jen. Coyote, Beach Boy, home free. Jeff, my 115 was written for 9 last week. I bought back at 455. Beautiful trade. I bought my cover calls back yesterday when my stink hit. Rob, Beach Boy, I love it when you buy back a call and it's the day's low trade. Means you priced it perfectly. AB, when Spire and ATIP go up, it'll be the gradual thing, or will it explode? I keep hearing there's no paper for sale. there will be several explosions, several pop-ups there. Well, there we go. Every freaking former SPAC is now under 11. What a bang-up past year this has been. Big thanks to Powell, POTUS, and now the evil Pooter Putz Putin. Will the crap attack ever end? BW asks. Vilbus, my stink is too stinky for the moment. Dan, Uncle Bruce, what's down with ATIP? I don't know why it is where it is. I don't like it down here. I don't want it down here, but it is down here at 175.5. And if you've got some spare money lying around, pick up this stock and just buy it. Aspire 204, pick it up. Just pick it up. ME 408, pick it up. I noticed ads on Bloomberg television for ME 23andMe. I started noticing them like a day or two ago. They might have been on the whole time. I don't know. Coyote, time to become a bear. Well, we'll see about that. We're up 53 on the Dow. SP up down 2 now. Nasdaq down 105. Rocket Lab's down 66 to 838, and SoFi 1090, 1089 down 69. GameStop 118.75, AMC 1821 down 32 cents. Matterport 726 down 43, ME 408.5 down 21.5, Spire 204 down a dime. ATIP 175.5 down 2.5. Smart Rent down 27 cents to 609. Xterra gone negative 11.49. That's the latest over here. Red showing up all over the place at the moment. We were green on most of the top high cap stocks. Now we're showing greens here and there. Powell is now back in front of the Congress and is reiterating everything he is talking about. He's in front of the Senate now. So Congress yesterday, Senate today, and is reiterating everything he talked about yesterday. All right. Stink bids on any one of your lessons. No, stink bids are not available on the lessons. But then again, you don't have to watch all 12 as a mandatory. You can watch one at a time whenever you want. Girlfriend and I watched Seinfeld last night, episode where George convinces Jerry to invest in a stock. Jerry paper hands on the dip and panic sells. George makes bank because he held. Don't be Jerry. Vilbas, I cleaned up my stink bid just a little bit to 151. Just got hit. You're done. I see what you did there, BW, says Lobo. Coyote, girlfriend and I were roasting Jerry all night for being a paper-handed little, you know what? Vilbas, so sold yesterday for 365, bought back today at 151. I'm going to take that trade. I think you should. Scoring a $2.15 profit on a 365 right in 24 hours. I call that making money all the time. Way to go, Vilbas. And you had a good trade before that one, too. Beautifully done, buddy. Keep up the good work, people. GameStop 118.25. Only on a 372 dip today, and people are making thousands of dollars, just thousands. It's fantastic. I love it. Rob Thumbs, nice. VV. Way to go. Lame, do you talk about stink bids in any of your lessons? I do. Number 12, we were talking about it, number 12. I was talking about it, I think, in number 11 as well. I talk about it a lot. Jerry is a paper-handed weenie baby. Vilbas, way to go, says Bama Babe. Love being in this Uncle Bruce Cool Kids Club. I love it. I'm glad you're here, folks, and nice to see you guys making some money on these contracts. I love to see that. Alberto, man, you are awesome. Thank you for this donation. Damn it, Uncle, if only I met you a year or two earlier. Thanks for all. To the rest of my bagel familia, buy the 1 on 1. My GameStop stinky hit right on, buddy. Way to go, you guys. Picking up some dough on these stink bids. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate it. I need all the money I can get. These cost $6.75 in Las Vegas, and I can tell you right now, I ain't buying any more of these. Gosh. Oh. I'm sipping this. Look how much I've drank in 45 minutes. I'm sipping this thing because I'm going to make it last. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. Thank you all so much for sharing your wealth and your company. And I'm glad to see you guys scoring on these deals. I could not be happier. Now, keep your eye on GameStop. If they want to pop into the 121, 22, 3 range, let the stock do its little thing. Great. Start writing for either tomorrow or for next Friday. look for shrinkage again and pull another $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 a contract out of these shares every week. They're handing it to you. If you only make $2 or $3, you make $2 or $3. You make 4 or 5, you make 4 or 5. Multiply that by 100, and you're making from $200 to $800 money on these contracts you're writing. I know where a number of you are thinking, you know what, I've talked to Bruce on these one-on-ones, and I figured out that the investment I'm making to talk to him, I now know what it is I'm going to do. I'm going to become a writer of a higher number of contracts. I don't want to write 1 or 2. I want to write 5, or I want to write 8 or 10 or 15 or 20. You may zero in on one stock. You may go 5 on this one, 5 on this one, 5 on this one. You're writing on multiple stocks at the same time. This is what it's all about. If you can raise the number of contracts that you're writing and diversify your pool, you're always on top of something, and cash flow will come in from wherever. And if you can bring in $2 a call net profit on a five call write, that's $1,000 of premium in your pocket. You do 1 or 2 of those a week with 3 or 4 positions you've got going on, you're not working for anybody. What would you be working for? You are self-employed, and you're not working 60 hours a week to do this. You don't have to do that. I'm excited for you guys. Alberta Beach Boy, which covered call on GameStop are you looking at next? I'm waiting for GameStop to rise a bit, though. Dan, I just bought more ATIP, Uncle Bruce, and that's will make 80% of my portfolio as ATIP. Credit, no stink bit here. I did buy some SoFi $13 option expiries, 318 for 18 cents each, all 30 of them. I just asked myself, which is the covered call I would absolutely be fearful to write, and now I have another strategy. There you go. There you go. Look, if you can pull it off, you pull it off. You all know, if you're watching my classes, if you take my classes, I can't emphasize this enough because we show real life examples on the whiteboard on how this works. If you're doing rollovers, you can always do those. If you write a call and the stock goes up on you, you can always do a rollover contract. Do not fear a rising market against your position. There are ways to stay on top of this. Look at Vilbus. If we go over 120 again on this thing, I'm writing again, and I don't blame you. The way I see it, I'm going to lose this money and use it, ask tax write-off, but if it pays off, boom, there you go. March 18 expiry, 125s, 683. How about that? March 18th expiry. That's in 2 weeks. Not tomorrow, not next week, the week after next. You can get 683 to write 125s. They're out of the money, $7, and they're handing you 683 right now. So you can just let that shrink down. If the shares don't go over 125, they're going to be worthless. But if you watch the stock get to 119, 20, 21, 22, 23, just where it was this morning, these might be $8, $8.25, $8.50. Write them there and say, come and get me. I dare you to come and take me out. I just got $8.50 for 125s. That's like $133.50. Come on up here. Come on up here. You're not coming up here? Well, then these are going to shrink every day. Now, you want to write next week Fridays instead of the week after, you'll probably get about $4.50 for those. Still, you could write 120s for next week and probably haul in $5-6 for those. All up to you. But let's see if the stock gives us a bit of a rally. We'll see what we're about. Vilbus, I'm getting way more comfortable writing near the in the money as well. I'm getting way more comfortable. And there you are. There's the secret. This is how it goes. Beach Boy, yes, Alberto, same here. Lobo Blast, Bruce, $20 for you, man. Here you go, Uncle Bruce. Since you are visiting my neck of the woods, put it all in and double down. Vegas, baby. Into Vegas. Thank you guys for these donations. Thank you so much. It's awful kind of you. Those of you who give us PayPal donations, we thank you as well. Those of you who make these super chats, thank you. Showing the rest of the channel that your generosity to us is so appreciated. We love you. Thank you guys. Let's make this bread, says Alberto. Watching all. I love doing this. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Lobo Blast. Thank you, Alberto. And thank you also to Beach Boy today for these donations. It just adds up and it just keeps us going. Just keeps us going. We go forward. When I get home, I can put gas in the car. And it's going to be expensive. What can I say? Thank you, guys. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We love you all for all of this support. Beautiful stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Alberto, I haven't been able to figure out if you can put in a limit order on a covered call. That's what a stink bid is. A limit order is exactly on a sell. Yes, you can put in a stink offer on a stock option. So if you want to sell an option that's 50 cents for 50 cents more than it's trading at, you put in your open to sell contract and put in your limit price, whatever price you want it to be, and make it a stink offer. So if it's like 825 to 850 and you want to get closer to 9, put an offer in at 895 or 890. And that's an open order till the end of the day today. And at any time today, if those shares pop up a little bit, you'll be taken out at 890 and you've just scored another 40 cents in your pocket. Instead of taking 850 or 820, you took 890 off the table. Absolutely. Then you put in stink buys on the other side to buy them back at the cheap price too. Absolutely. On a sell, yes. Are you not going to rent out a Tesla back home? I'm not sure. We got a car there, and we're going to figure this all out. We got a lot to think about. But Tesla right now is not in the wheelhouse at the moment. Good morning, Olivia from Gaudi. Ghost Whisper, Solstad offshore Norwegian oil price stock target 239 trading at 18 now. Let's see what else is going on. Yes, Jeff, Alberto, you should always use limit orders. I have been doing it correct. I am a stinky writer. My next pair, who the heck keeps selling Spire so cheap? I've been shopping all day today. Lame, maybe do a lesson on stink bids and limit orders. Might have to do that too. Another lesson on just that. How many would you like? How many would like me to do that? Just say, yes, Bruce, do a class on stink bids and limit orders. Please do a class. I'll be happy to do one. Where are we at now? 118.38 on GameStop, 1093 on SoFi. The Dow's down 32 now. We've gone negative on the Dow. We're looking at Spire down 11 cents to 203. We got ATIP down 3.5. We're red everywhere. We are red. Miraculous 308 thumbs ups, man. Good morning. Thank you for the 308 thumbs ups, you guys. Lame Duck, yes, you should do a class on stink bids and limit orders. Specialize a class like that for us. We have 310 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for this so much. It's so appreciated. Anthony, yes, Uncle Bruce, do a class on stink bids and limit orders. Jeff, Alberto, all good, my friend. You are still making dinero, so no worries. Jeff, for the past 2 months, my goal has been to keep the cash from covered calls instead of reinvesting. I'm at 10% of my GameStop portfolio now. Would love that to be 100% by the end of the year. Stink class, Beach Boy, let's go stinkers. Lame Duck, lesson on wheel strategies. Please, wheel strategies, stink bids, limit orders. We have classes to do, definitely. I'm thinking of a class also on how to help you figure out which call option to write. How far out of the money should you be looking at writing call options for when you do call option writing? Thinking of that. If you think that's a good idea, let me know as well. Classes from Calgary. Oh my gosh. You want to be something? I'm going to be busy with you guys. SoFi 1092 down 66. GameStop 118.81 down 316. The low on SoFi 117.81 today. It looks like was the low, and that is where Beach Boy scored his calls. He bought back his calls today and scored some money. Love it. 18.81. If that GameStop wants to go up $3-4, $5, you can write again, and away you go. Rob, can you do a lesson on how not to slip downstairs? Could you do one of those? We re-carpeted last year, and I swear I've slipped on those damn stairs like 5 times. My foot hurts. Nick, thank you, my man. $100 super chat. I also covered my $124 GameStop, and I'm sharing the wealth with you, Uncle B. Nick, you are the man. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Way to go, buddy. That's awesome stuff. That is another great donation today. You guys are keeping us alive. We're gonna make it back to Canada. This is good stuff. I need a class on terminology, says Alberto. Lame duck lesson on turning your stocks writing into a business. Need that one. Good morning, intellectuals. Number 3 here. Been busy sitting. Thank you, Duncan, for being here as always, my man. Thank you, Nick, and thank you to Lobo Blast, and thank you to Alberto. And also thank you to our buddy Beach Boy for just stepping in there today. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for all of this support. We do appreciate it. You always blow Jen away. Just Jen is always amazed by it. Thank you guys so much for that. I love it when you guys make money. I just do. Let's keep going. Hey, you beautiful bagel lovers. I hope you all have a great, amazing day. Thank you, Bradley. You too, my man. Thank you guys for being here. We're at 10:45 Eastern time. And Steakhouse for Uncle Bruce. I'm not doing that down here. It's cheaper to go to a steakhouse in Calgary. Thank you very much. And I think what we'll do is we'll be happy to go to Costco and we'll pick up some steaks there and we'll cook them ourselves. Thank you very much. And that will really go a lot further. Thanks very much. Yeah, Jen makes a real nice steak and also with a Caesar salad. And then we slice the steak a little bit with, oh, that's good stuff. Matter of fact, guys, if you're donating more than $20, please send Bruce PayPal. YouTube steals a big chunk of our bucks. Thank you guys for that. PayPal does work really well for us. Whenever you send us a super chat like these, YouTube does get 30% of the action, where if you send us a PayPal donation, we get 96% of the money instead of 70% of the money. So I thank you. However you want to do it is good with me. Guys, a donation is a donation is a donation. But PayPals are the lifeblood of this household. That is where we end up with 96% of the funds instantly available. Within a day we can withdraw it, and we thank you all. No matter how you do it, we thank you. That's why I love one-on-ones. I love to do one-on-ones, and of course, when we sell classes, we are so grateful when you pick up a class from us. It is paid through by PayPal. We thank you for that so much. And it just helps keep it going. It just does. Okay. Thank you, guys. Now, if any of you have any trouble with, again, I'll repeat this message as I did earlier this morning. If you're picking up a class from my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, you're learning how to write options, learning rollovers, learning all kinds of tricks, and you can't get the link to work properly, or you're trying to watch a lesson you bought a month ago and you can't find it, let me know. Send me an email, either through the website or through my email address, which is always down below here, and I will get you looked after. We'll get you the link you need, and that way you're good to go. Okay, so if I'm on the air, I can't do it while I'm on the air, but when I get off the air, I try to take care of you. Later today, if you're sending me a message in about an hour from now or two, I won't be able to help you because I'm on the road here, but I'll be on it again tomorrow, and we'll take care of you. So just be patient, and it'll all be good. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it that you're here. Thank you so much for following us today. Thank you so much for those donations today. Congratulations on you option buyers, you who are picking off these contracts for serious profits. I am so proud of you guys. I'm so happy for you. I just love it that these are coming together the way they are. It is what it's all about, and I know that for a number of you out there, it is now how you make a living. And this is really cool bean stuff. It really is just great to watch this transition happen here live. And as you become more confident and more comfortable with it, you write more calls and you score even larger amounts of money in, the percentage gain is the same. It's just that you have more calls that you're writing the options on, and it really adds up. And I am thrilled that that this is happening for you because of this channel. Can I complain? I mean, this market has not been kind to us lately, and a number of you folks are absolutely scoring on these contracts, and I think it's fab. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you guys so much. What lessons do you recommend a person that doesn't have a lot of capital and to get in the game of writing? Lame, you may want to look at the lesson number 11, which is talking about poor man covered call writing. You want to learn about that because you can get into writing call options for not a lot of cash. For example, like you could write call options on, say, on Cisco, and you could probably buy a call option for under $1,000 and then write a call against it. You're not going to make 20 grand a month on it, but it's how you get into it and how you start it, and you're going to learn the ins and outs of this whole thing. Some of you are buying in the money call options on Apple, and you might not be writing the call options I'd like you to write, which are deep in the money, but some of you are buying call options that are $10 in the money and then writing a call against it, again, around $1,000, $1,200, $1,400 or less. That is cheap to do this, because normally you need 100 shares of something to write calls against it. In theory, I will say you could buy 100 shares of SoFi for $10.84. And you could write 1,250 calls against your SoFi for a month or two and bring in 40, 50 cents, buying them at 1084 and offering them up at 1250. Take it, go ahead. Others of you could pick up calls on Rocket Lab or on Matterport. Pick up $5 calls on Matterport and write $7, $8, $10 calls on Matterport. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to do this. At all kinds of levels, so some of these are available in the hundreds of dollars. $400 or $500. Maybe with $1,000, you can buy 2 or 3 contracts that are in the money on a SPAC, and then write 2 or 3 contracts against those right away, and that'll bring you $150, $200, and experience and knowledge and the feel for how these options work. The entry price is low, but learn all about it. Check out lesson number 11 on strategies to write poor man covered calls and say goodbye to your day job. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to sign off now. Jen and I are going to frantically pack up the last of our stuff, go out for testing, get something to eat, and head to the airport and get all this done. And we're just praying that we can get all this done and accomplished today. And we're leaving beautiful weather for crap. So thank you, everybody, so much. Rob, Bruce, you have a safe trip back home. Canada's going to feel a little warmer in the next couple of days with Bruce coming home. Thank you. Poor Man Covered Call Lessons, says Rob. That's the one you want to watch. Have a great day, everybody. Make that money. No show later today. I will be in a plane, so I'll see you tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. Lame thinking, that's what I was thinking, lesson number 11. Lame, I would suggest one-on-one with a list of questions. I keep forgetting, but you are correct. From here on, it's PayPal. It is. Kent, thank you, Uncle Bruce. Kid says hi. We're off to Temecula today for a practice round for an upcoming golf tournament. Kent, you keep it going. You say hi to everybody, and you take care. Keep making the money. And I hope the young man really keeps it going. It sounds so exciting. Lane, my friends have been asking what stocks to start at. Jen, I would also recommend a one-on-one with Uncle Bruce. Midnight, boom, row 2, fat covered calls on Titan. Now my next lesson is free. Beautiful. Bunamo, thanks, buddy. Nelson, thanks, Uncle B. Have a safe trip. Lame Duck, I will. Ventures with Duncan, safe travels. Thanks, pal. Good luck, Uncle Bruce. Silka says, safe travels from Ori. Jendo, thank you. Be safe. Thank you. Have a good break, y'all. Have a safe trip, says Splair. You take care, pal. Nelson, Canada welcomes you back, red carpet style. Charlie, have a great trip, Uncle Bruce. Larry, stay warm in California. In Canada, Uncle B, remember to take your dream coat. John, have a great trip, Uncle B. Thanks, you guys. We will do our best. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning, live from frozen Calgary. See if we can make some money. On Friday, expiry day tomorrow. There's going to be some fun tomorrow, I'm sure. I'm sure that some of you will be writing calls that expire tomorrow night. That should be fun too. Guys, keep it going. Keep working on it, and we will see you from Canada very shortly. Thank you for your support. Have a great morning and a great afternoon. You take it easy. Keep your sense of humor, my friend. If you don't have a sense of humor, it just ain't funny anymore. Have a safe trip. Thank you, Nick, and Chris. Uncle Bruce, safe travels. You take care. Guys, we'll talk to you later. See you for now.